Alright, what's up? This is Boxingwave. I'm going to speak on this Vasyl Lomachenko fight against Orlando Salido, alright? I'm going to give you my prediction, but before I get to that, I want to just give my thoughts on this fight. A lot of people are upset about this fight, and they should be. You know, a lot of people, fans, whether you're a fan, a boxer, whatever, you know, a lot of people are upset, and they have a reason to be upset, you know. Lomachenko is coming off his first professional win. Okay, I'm aware of his amateur background. I know he's a two-time gold medalist. Okay, I know he won almost 400 fights, and he only had one loss, and he actually avenged that loss. Okay, I've seen his fights, and I'll give you my thoughts about him later in this video. But let's just think for a second, all right? I don't want this to become a habit here, okay? They're trying to make a superstar overnight, all right? We all know that he's good, okay? But I care more about longevity in the sport more than anything, okay? As a boxing fan, I care the most about longevity in the sport. And longevity includes building a fighter up to become a champion. Alright? There's a difference between the amateurs and the pros. You fight at the amateur level, you know, and that's where you learn and you build the skill. You still learn as a professional, but this is why your amateur record doesn't carry over to the pros, because you're fighting a different level and quality of fighters, okay? And I know that's a lot of wins. Let's just say he is the best amateur fighter of all time. Let's just say he is, okay? Still, once you decide to go professional, you start at zero again. It is what it is. That's the way it's always been, okay? They're definitely bending the rules with this fight. All right, just think. Let's step outside the box real quick. Just think of one of your favorite fighters, right? I'm not gonna give any names. Just think for a second. Who is one of your favorite fighters? Okay, and whether he's a titleist or not, just think about that one fight, or the one or two fighters that you always wanted to see them fight. And it hasn't happened yet, okay? Whether it's because he has to move up in the ladder, whether it's because, you know, the fight just haven't made, maybe they had a loss and it set them back a little bit. Just think of that one fighter that you always wanted to get that title shot and never got it, okay? Because he just, for whatever reason, but he's been putting his work in. He's been doing whatever he has to do to win fights, to get to that fight that you want to see. You want to see. Your dream match. Okay? Now, think of Lomachenko, and I'm talking to you fans out there that's going to go in here and make your comments and stuff. Lomachenko just completely surpassed so many other boxers by getting a title shot right away. If it was up to them, they would have given him a title shot in his first fight, okay? If they could have done that, they would have did that. All right? It's not fair. And I know you guys are going to go in here with Rigondeaux. I know what happened with Rigondeaux. I know he got his fight with Nonito Donaire in, what, his 9th or 10th fight. What I'm saying is, I don't want it to become a habit for this to keep happening, okay? It's just, these guys are super talented, super, you know, they have great amateur Olympian backgrounds, but you're disrespecting the other people in the sport, the other boxers in the sport that go years, 20, 30, 40 wins before they get their first title shot. It's just not fair. It's not right. It's never been that way. And no matter how good you might be in the amateurs, it's happened plenty of times where guys were huge prospects coming into the sport professionally and they lost, okay? And they disappeared. All right, so I care more about longevity than sport. And I think this kid has a lot of potential to become a big star. He will bring more viewers to the sport. He will bring more money into the sport. I'm tired of people saying that this sport is a dead sport. It's not what it is. What it is, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, it's the last good fight, and after that fight, the sport of boxing is dead. I'm tired of that. So when I see new stars, young stars like Lomachenko coming into the sport, I want him to build his career and his resume and work on being a better fighter, better professional fighter, so he can bring more money, more bigger fights to the sport in the future, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you know. So that's my opinion on the fight. I don't think it's fair. I think it's dangerous and risky, and I don't like the idea of him fighting Orlando Salido this early in his career. Now, with that being said, I think he could beat Orlando Salido. I think he will beat Orlando Salido. I know I said all of that because I'm being honest, okay? I don't like the idea that he's fighting Orlando Salido. But I think he can beat him. I think he will beat him. All right? Lomachenko is a gifted fighter. Like, he has every weapon you can have. He has speed, power, footwork. His timing is great, okay? He counters great. He attacks the body well. He throws great combinations, patient. He is a very gifted fighter. He does not fight like an amateur at all, okay? He doesn't. I'm being honest, and I still don't think the fight should happen. I think he will win the fight, you know? And I know you guys, if he loses, he could lose this fight. You know why? Because I'm worried about the level of competition he's fighting here. He's fighting a guy that can actually hurt him. He's fighting a guy that can wear him down. He's fighting a guy that is used to fighting 12-round fights, 10, 12-round fights. I don't know if Lomachenko can handle that. If anything, I'm worried about those later rounds. Early in the fight, Lomachenko is going to pick him apart. But Orlando Salido is very durable, okay? Very durable. Even the guys he's lost to, he's given all of them hell. All of them. Look it up. Look at his record. He has plenty. He's a veteran. He's fought everybody. He's fought plenty of people, okay? He's lost to people. Don't look at his record and just look at the wins and loses. No, look at his record and look at him. Look at his fights. He gives these guys hell. All of them. Even if he loses, he's going to give you hell. He's going to give Lomachenko hell. Okay? But I still think Lomachenko is going to pull it off. Alright? I think he's that good. I think he could win this fight. It's very dangerous. I'm worried about how his stamina would be in the later rounds. But I think he's going to be able to pull the fight off. I think it's going to go to decision. He's not knocking Orlando Salido out. And if he does, that would be big. Alright? But this is why I don't think the fight should happen. You know, because like I said, I'm worried about longevity. And what if this kid loses this fight? Okay? Now, I'm not saying his career would be over. But what if he never mentally recovers from this loss? What if it's a dramatic knockout loss? What if he never recovers? And it's all the wasted talent just gets thrown out the window. All those wins, those 300 and whatever wins, gets thrown out of the window because he was rushed to become a superstar overnight. You know, this is a guy that has potential to... He has so much potential, okay? He can be a pay-per-view draw later in his career. But it could all be thrown away because he went in the ring with a bull way too early, okay? But I think he's going to take the fight, all right? I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win by decision. I think he's going to hurt and knock down Salido a few times. but I am worried about it. All right, I think it's dangerous, and I'm also worried that if he does win, he's gonna step up in competition even more. You know, who knows who he'll be fighting by his 5th fight. You know, so all I'm saying is, you know, as far as a prediction, you know, I think he's gonna win, but I just don't want this to become a habit. You know, I don't want this to become this new thing where everybody's just fighting and you know, coming into the pros fighting, getting title shots. You know, it's not right, man. It's disrespectful to all the other boxers in the sport. All right, so that's my opinion on the fight. Let me know what you guys think about him fighting Orlando Salido. I would like to hear from you guys, and let me know. You know, do you like the fight? Do you think it's too early? And who do you think? Obviously, who do you think is gonna win? I'm picking Lomachenko by decision. But it's a dangerous fight. It can go either way. Orlando Salido could definitely beat this kid too. All right, but I'm picking Lomachenko. All right, so subscribe to the channel and hit me on my Twitter.